Hello sunshine, let's do a muffler mod on MS361 clone, which is a G366 Holzfforma, whatever you want to call it. That's what we're working on, and I was doing a muffler mod on this one so we can get to testing different cylinders and stuff, meteor cylinders, highway cylinders, big bore cylinders, to see if there's any gain. And I don't think it'd be fair if we didn't do a little bit of a muffler mod first, because the muffler mod may be the pinch point, right? Argumentatively, so could the carburetor, so could this, so could that. But as far as porting concerned, the muffler can really hold back what your porting can do. So we're going to do a muffler mod, and just a quick dirty one. And I've already done it. I'm kind of doing this video here as an afterthought before I glued it together. What I do is I'll take my hand grinder right where this seam is all the way around there, and I'll grind that, and I put on my 3/0 glasses so I can see that crack start appearing. And you can grind that where that's folded up and over. You just grind that ridge there the whole way until the part that's folded over will come off there. Now, I didn't used to do it that way. Be honest about it. I always took these nippers, and you could get in behind that and start prying that up. But man, this would rock against that. I was talking to Charlie Briscoe one day. I'm like, how do you do them? How do you do them? He said, well, I just do what I just showed you to do. And I thought, yep, there's an obvious answer I missed. I'm a hack, guys. I'm a total and true hack. But anyhow, when you open that up, this baffle just sets in there. It'll fall right out in your hand, okay? It doesn't fall out in two pieces like this one just did. It falls out together right there, okay? Now, the reason I mention that, this back of this muffler right here where it seats up against that gasket surface is thin. It's just as thin as the rest of this, so it can distort real easy. This baffle is held on two little spot welds, and I just took 4.5 inch grinder and just ground that spot weld until it popped loose. We're going to reuse that. That's a nice backing plate, and that sets down. There's a couple little, well, I probably can't say what I'd want to call them, deals that stick up. That sets right down over. As a matter of fact, it's kind of hung in there. You can see it's upset right there. These will just set right down over that. That kind of guides that into place. And while I'm mentioning it, I'm not gasket matching this muffler or anything yet. I'm doing a quick and simple muffler mod. I got rid of the baffle, and I didn't get you a picture of that before, but this hole that goes in there is maybe 1/2 inch. I don't know, and it's kind of upset. It's sitting on a hump. And I just take, something like a little burr, heavy duty, don't want to do it. I don't want to do it with my Fordham, it gets awful jumpy in there. But I just open that hole up good to where that air can get in there without fighting it. And then we'll set this back down in here. In the meantime, I took a little scuffy pad and I cleaned all the paint and mill slag or flashing or whatever off all that, so I can put this back together. And where I got a place to weld, braze, whatever. And then I'll take this thing, if I got any luck. There we go. We'll start us a nut on there. We'll take the muffler bolt and then just get a little nut. I don't know what size they are. They take an 8mm wrench. Well, I don't know if there's boogered on the end or if I didn't get it started straight. Hey, there we go. No? And bolts may not be no count. She's got a rough spot on the end of her, doesn't she? I need to replace that bolt before it goes back in that saw. and you can put it together, and you can see them bolts aren't lined up with each other. We can manipulate this a little bit and get them straightened up so that when we get ready to bolt this thing down, those bolts will tend to want to go through there straight. So that's kind of a nice way. You guys probably can't see me working down here on my lap. Need a third hand, but that's okay. You get the point of what I'm doing here. I'm gonna bolt this. I'm gonna bolt this muffler together. Now, yep. Oh, worked fine. Lasts a long time. Now this thing's pretty secure, so I'm not gonna have parts drifting one way or another. I just shined that up a little bit there, so I can clamp my vice grips to that. Have a ground on there. Keep that from flopping around, and now I'll glue it together. We'll get her on the saw and get her on dyno. See what we've gained on her. Okay, well, you can see I just tigged it around. I didn't even add filler. I just glued the seam. It's got plenty of support under it. So I just glued the seam shut, melted it shut. Didn't even add filler. So we're gonna see about putting her back on there and getting this thing on dyno. See what we gained. Guineas and chickens are out there running around. I got hay on the ground, just rained a little over 1.25 inches onto it. So sometimes you're the windshield, sometimes you're the bug on that kind of stuff. And I've sure been the bug. This got rained on. This hay's already been on the ground. This is Saturday. Give you an idea. I really thought last night, man, I ought to drive out to Ohio, out to basically the summer saw fest, right? That's when I'm recording this. That was today. And I thought, man, I ought to drive out there and see that. I don't have anything ready to go, but I could have went out there and maybe had a time. Now I'm gonna stay here and do the dutiful thing in case it didn't rain today. I might have got low enough on humidity to bail. Well, I did get some other hay moved and some other work done on the farm, but I'd had a whole lot better time today out there, I think, watching them boys have a good time. Girls, women, children, whoever's out there. And I think it's at a tractor show. And I've been into antique tractors a lot longer than I've been into chainsaws. I'd have probably forgot to watch a race. I'd have got to walking around seeing oddball stuff that I ain't never seen before. And maybe reminisce about some stuff that I have at home. But anyway, there we go. Now, something I forgot to mention, it's got two gill fins there. I did spread them apart just a little bit. Let a little bit more air out of there. I ain't even checked this thing for fuel. It ain't been started in a long time, month probably, at least. Something that has broke on this since I've got it, that nut that screws down, that thing just broke right in half that holds that top cover down. Ooh, I'm gonna have to machine something. It's 5mm, like an 8mm nut, but it's sunk down. For the price they want, I bet I'll just build me something new. Let me put some, man, I'm getting crowded up. Well, how about I get this over on Dyno, tune it a little bit, see if it needs any tune. It probably does. And let's get us a comparison to see if that muffler mod done us any good. Well, we got our dyno results in. The previous run on old roof, 4.42 horsepower, 2.91 foot-pounds of torque. We made it up to 4.61, so that's almost 2/10, 0.19, so a fifth of a horsepower, which is a 4.5% increase. 4.5% don't sound like a lot, but it's a fifth of a horsepower. That's 2/10 of a horsepower. That ain't bad. We went from 2.91 foot-pounds of torque to 3.18 foot-pounds of torque, which is an 8.8% increase. Let's see, how much torque is that? 9 to 1, 0.27 foot-pounds of torque, something like that. Over a quarter of a foot-pound and 2/10 of a horsepower, let's call it. And we gained, the red line, of course, Ruth, blue line's muffler mod. And you can see we gained the whole way on both torque and horsepower. So for, I don't know what it took me to do that muffler mod, 20, 30 minutes, hour maybe. I didn't get in no hurry. That ain't too bad. Well, that wasn't too bad a game, was it? I'm glad to have that monkey off my back. I don't like doing muffler mods, but that one wasn't too easy. Just hardest part of a 1,000-mile journey is that first step. All I had to do is take the first step. Next thing you know, it was done. But that opens it up now. I'm sure I've told you before. Depends on when this video comes out. But Ryan at Wolf Creek Saw sent me a meter piston and cylinder for the 361. A New West piston and cylinder, big bore for the 361. A highway for the 361. Charlie Briscoe donated us a Farmertec big bore. It's had a little bit of work done to it, so it's not stock. I don't think he ever run it. I think he got it with work done to it. Just never run it. Honestly, I'm not too proud of it. The piston fit is, the clearances are no good in it. Piston won't even drop. But anyway, I digress. That stuff will all be coming up now that I got that dadgum, I'm pointing at the dyno. Now that I got that muffler mod out of the way. And we got some muffler mods coming too. Or they've already been here. I don't know. Don't know when this video will come out. Old crazy feller, he's sending one. Matt House, I think, sending me one. We're gonna play with some mufflers there. Another guy might be sending me one too. And that's kind of make it fun, and I don't have to do all the muffler mods. We can test and do different things, and you guys can help. And yeah, we'll get more stuff tested that way with a little bit of yeah, we all stick together. With all that bit of work, I got the dyno here, so but it belongs to all of us. So whatever we can test on her, we'll get her. We got old Ruth, old test mule up there. So yeah, we're gonna have some fun. Come on back to see me.